Well, good morning, good afternoon, or good evening, whatever the case may be for y'all. Welcome to Sandy Bay, folks. We're going to try to do a little multiplayer today. I don't know how that's going to turn out. Don't know how many PS4 players might stop by. Do have this password protected. Everybody that's tuned in before knows you can get the password if you want to join in off the Facebook page. You can find the Facebook page down in the description. So if you want to go through the trouble, do have it restricted to 3 other players right now. I can only get 3 in, and that's simply for the equipment. Just barely got the map started through the first day, so haven't built up enough money, and as per usual, I just refuse to cheat the money in. Let's take a look. Hey, Hot Rod. Welcome to the stream, man. Nice to have you in there. You're officially the first guest today. You even beat the moderator in here. I did a little finagling with the boys down at the store. Since Sandy Bay, all you start off with is a Massey tractor. Excuse me. And the small New Holland combine. We got rid of the New Holland combine. Basically traded up for the Massey combine, which left us a little money in the bank. So that we were able to buy the little slope nose Massey 5613 to do some karting with. Move this over here a little bit so it'll be out of the way. We've got the other Massey. We jump the shrubs over here planting the field. And I am experimenting with this modded Limpkin piece of equipment. It's a seed-all, for lack of a better term. It plants everything in game. Been on the mod hub for quite a long time. It's to show you which one it is. It's the Limpkin, I guess that's Azurit Hybrid K600. Alright, now this is just, that part there is just to hold the seed. It does not do any planting. 6 meter width. And then you have to buy the attachments to fit on the back. To keep it as cheap as I could, I bought the 2 cheapest ones. And as you can tell, these will put the seed into the ground. A double disc share for all seeds. Not fast, not perfect, but works always. I should have wrote down the modder's name. I forgot to do that, but that's a perfect description. I like that. Of course, this one right here, with a sewing machine, you can sow fields. Basic machine for seeding of many different plants. Must equip with the right deposit unit. There are multiple deposit units. We'll go over here to seeders. Well, where did... Oh, passed it right there. These are the two I have. This one here also fits on it, but you see the speed is not any better, really. Anyway, you got this one. This seeds all seed, and it runs at 12 miles an hour. That's the one I got. And I just noticed something too. The cost on these are identical. I thought I went with the cheapest one. No, I went with the one that plants all seeds. This one plants all the seeds, only runs 12 mile an hour. You have to buy 2 of them per 6 meter length or width. This one here goes 25 mile an hour. So you could plant the field faster, but this is like your basic seeder. It doesn't do corn. It doesn't do sunflowers. It doesn't do root crops or the sugar beets. Whereas this one here does. It does everything. And then this one over here is your specialized corn, sunflower, sugar beet, soybean only. This one is wheat, barley, canola, or oilseed rape, soybean, your cover crop, and grass. 12 mile an hour, 15 mile an hour, 14 mile an hour. So these two will allow you to plant faster. But this one will allow you to plant everything without changing the secondary attachment. So that's the reason I went that way, especially if you're going to do a multiplayer map. A lot of people don't want to fiddle with the back of the seeder when they just change crops. Positives on this, it's 6 meters. It goes at a decent clip to do the planting. It seeds and fertilizes. Downside, the negative on this seeder, as you can see, you've got to have that orange tank that comes with it in the mods. Now I got the hiccup, excuse me. The seeder itself only holds 600 liters of seed and 5, yes, just 5 liters of fertilizer. Just enough to give it the fertilizer option. And then they modded the Amazon liquid tank. They changed the parameters of the mod so that it holds granulated fertilizer, and that way you'll have 1,005 liters of fertilizer to do your fields with. That low seed capacity is about the only bad thing I can tell you about this mod. I wished it had a little bit better seed capacity. Other than that, good mod, man. Real good mod. I'll clean up the area around the edges. Looks like when I filled the seeder up last time, I forgot to put the lid back on it. Luckily, it did not fall off. Put the lid back on. What I have found is with the size of the fields here on Sandy Bay, instead of having to keep running back and forth, I bought me the small auger wagon, and I just haul it out to the fields. Throw some seed in the auger wagon, that way I can just back the seeder up to it, refill, and start right back from where I'm going. So it does take a little planning ahead, you know, moving your auger wagon out to whatever field you're going to be working. But other than that, good mod. Hey, morning beast. Hope you're having a good Saturday so far. I'm tinkering around on Sandy Bay. A buddy of mine talked me into trying to do a multiplayer on Sandy Bay. I had forgot how good this map was. It's a map by Oxygen David, of course. That's Bullet Bill's Frontier partner. And just waiting on somebody to join in. I figure my multiplayer stream will be a bust. I don't have that many subscribers. Oh, you just woke up? Yeah, I ain't been on here long. I've been in here about 13 minutes. That's about it. I believe that finishes up all the little missed parts. Yep. Yeah, I sort of went over this modded seeder if you've never seen it or used it earlier in the video. That was about the first 10 minutes of the video. Took a look at it in the store, the different options it comes with. It's one of those multi-hookup things. I don't know if anybody's ever used it or not, but first time I'd ever used it. I liked it. I do. I like it. It took me a minute or two to figure out how to get it to put together and how to get it to work, but once I was past that, this thing plants everything, so you don't have to have multiple seeders. I love that. Go ahead and top the seed off. It's the only downside I have found to this seeder that's sort of aggravating to me is it's got a real low seed capacity. I also like this map because there's plenty of pull-off areas out here around your fields so that you can leave your equipment when you're multitasking like this. Not real sure how long today's stream's gonna be. Last night's was about 2 hours. It was not very active. So Friday nights is at that time is, I guess, just not a good time to do a stream. But I figure Friday evening, earlier in the evening, people still getting off work, out of school and whatnot, I figured, well, that wouldn't be very active either. So, I don't know. Maybe a catch-22. I might do it earlier in the afternoon on Fridays from now on. As long as I get in from work on time. Today's stream, it'll be a minimum of 2 hours. If things pick up, people start coming into the chat, people start coming into the stream, or people log in to play, it may go in a whole lot longer than that. So scheduling is sort of just up in the air. Should be about right. Close enough. Backing up with the mirrors in this tractor is just a little difficult because the mirror ain't quite big enough on the driver's side. Passenger side's fine. Either that, it doesn't have the small add-on mirror on the bottom. This tractor probably doesn't come with it since it's such a smaller tractor, but it'd be nice to have it there. Makes backing up a whole lot easier. I noticed our worker got done with the part he could do. I reckon all the rest of the field I'm going to have to do manually. And I love doing all my shortcuts on Sandy Bay. Time consuming, but doable. Not really sure why the helper left that little patch there. And of course he would finish up on that end of the field. We'll go for a morning jog across the field. Had to stop for a breather. Okay. Frame rate through all these little trees evidently drops a little bit. That's why the mirrors won't work both at the same time. Can't even get two of the mirrors to work at the same time. Oh, there we go. Two of them worked finally. Well, that's a pole. Ah, the mirror isn't lined up right. Hey, BJ. Hey, how you doing there, Twin Cam? Now, BJ, I'm on the multiplayer server if you want to join, man. You know the password. I decided since we started this last weekend that I'm just going to stream this until West Coast comes out, and then I'm going to turn it into my multiplayer stream. And Twin Cam, if you happen to be a PS4 player and you want to join, if you'll look in the description, you'll find a Facebook page for the stream. You can grab the password off of there and join. It's in testing again. Bullet Bill posted on Facebook yesterday that he hopes they have everything fixed this time. He gave a big thanks to Giants for giving him a hand. There were a couple of things on the map that weren't compatible with consoles, so he had to go in there and make a couple of little small changes and tweaks. I believe he finally got all his textures right. He was having shader issues. Is the error he kept getting from Giants. It's in Giants' hands. It's been in Giants' hands now for the last 3 weeks. But I'm hoping, since they've been helping him over the last week, trying to pinpoint what it was, because he has no way to test the map for consoles. It's one of the downsides of doing what he does, I guess. He felt, I guess you could say he felt obligated, because he promised he was going to bring that map to consoles because of all of the excitement over it. So I give the man credit. He has went above and beyond to get it to us. So I'm hoping it comes out this week. But it may take an additional week. That's the last I've heard of it. Offhand, no, I don't know any of them personally. Don't know any modders. I take my hat off to those guys, though. They do a heck of a job bringing us all kinds of nice equipment. There's a few modders that I know, you know, just recognize the names beyond a shadow of a doubt. Bullet Bill being one of them. Oxygen David has always made decent maps. Black Sheep Modding, it's one of the modders I really like. Yeah, I'm with you, man. I can't never have enough mods. And the bad part about it, we have gotten plenty of mods on FS17. I'm thankful for each and every one of them. I can remember the first 5 or 6 mods that hit our mod hub got me worried, because it seemed like everything that was coming out was little 3-meter front cultivators. But since then, the modders have really picked up their games. They picked up their game for console anyway. I've been shocked and amazed. A TW35 twin cam. I don't recognize the model. What kind of tractor is a TW35? Uh-oh. Oh, Lord. Nightbot just had a spasm. I didn't get to see what you typed, man. I don't think my modder's in here, or we would tweak Nightbot. Evidently it must have been in all caps, so I apologize for that. I reckon Nightbot just had an aneurysm and went back and deleted all your other posts. Oh well. But yeah, what kind of tractor is the TW35? It sounds like I should know what that is, but for some reason it just doesn't ring a bell. I want to say I think it's the old Ford, it's a Ford brand or model, but I'm not positive about it. Yeah, okay, that's what I thought it was. I would like to have one of those old Fords on here too. I'm not sure how that works with Giants though. I'm at a loss on that one. I can't figure it out. There for a while, I thought, well, the only modded tractors that we would get would be ones that they had license to. I figured that's all they would allow on their mod hub. But then, you know, we got that Fiat. We got that little Fiat crawler last week. So I'm up in the air, and then you got the Oshkosh truck with a lowboy loader and everything. So I'm not certain how they run the mod hub anymore. It might be possible for somebody to put up a Ford on there, and then there again it might turn out to be like the Minion weight. You know, somebody put a Minion weight up, and Giants approved it, put it on the mod hub. Quite a few people got it before they had to take it down. I was not one of them, but Ford 4000. I've never seen a Ford 4000. I know the TW35, that's the one, that's like the older one. I won't be on here tomorrow night, BJ. I don't know what I'll be doing on Sundays, but it probably will not be Farming Simulator. I'm thinking about adding something else to the channel for Sundays. What's a on that Ford 4000? Is it? Trying to figure out a way to compare it. 'Cause I ain't got a way to look it up right now. A Ford 4000. I know the TW35 is similar. I know it's not identical, but it's sort of similar to this New Holland. Oh, it's almost like a TW35? Oh, okay. I'm going to be on here all day today, BJ. Well, for quite a while anyway. I promised at least a 2-hour stream today, and if people come and join the game, tongue twister. If they join the game or chat gets busy, you know me, 2 hours can turn into 7. These poor little helpers, they just cannot handle. Oh, no, I can't blame that on the helper. I was the one that left the cedar sitting here. I'm a sucker for all the old style tractors myself. I'd love to see some like ACs on here, some Alice Chambers, and I'd love to see some old Internationals before Case bought them out. Fords would be right up in there. I'd like to see some of the small and medium-sized tractor brands that we see a lot of over here in the States. I'd like to see some of them on the game too, like Komatsu. And of course everybody would love to see Deere in the game, but that's never going to happen. Me, I can take or leave a Deere, I really don't care. I'd rather have a Case or a Massey any day. And the sad part about it is, there's nothing wrong with the tractor, I'm sure. Yeah, Massey 135. Nothing wrong with a Deere. I'm pretty sure it's a solid brand of tractor. I don't care that much for green and yellow together. It doesn't, as the saying goes, crank my tractor. You got a busy day planned out today, BJ? Oh, you've changed your name again too, BA. Okay. Hey, I've got an idea for you on your game name there, BA. I'll get with you later on it. I think I got your phone number in the phone. I'll call you later. Hey, Beast. Welcome back, man. Things have picked up. We've actually got 3 people in here. Yeah, I seen the Massey 135, I think, on Dag's channel. I think Daggerwin had it on one of his maps. More or less there just for looks. But it's such a nifty looking tractor, you know, and a modder, the right modder could take that little tractor and do some tweaks to it so that it could be useful on the farm. You know, at least for carting small wagons or trailers. I've seen modders do amazing things. I don't know how they do them, but they do amazing things, man. Yeah, I noticed I looked for your channel this week, BA. I looked for your channel and I couldn't find it. I was gonna subscribe to you. Help you try to get up off the ground a little bit, you know. But every time I searched for it, it was hard to find. Yeah, I'll talk to you about it, BA. I can't do it right now because I'm doing what I'm doing. Depends on what your schedule looks like. But we can talk about it later when I call you. Hi, Brandon. Welcome to the stream, man. Appreciate everybody dropping by. We're on a multiplayer server on Sandy Bay. And absolutely nobody's in here with me. That's always nifty. Anyone here know grassmen? Well, I don't know grassmen, but I do know a few lawn care professionals. Plowing this field with this plow could take a day and a half. Yeah, that's a good catch there, Twin. Twin Cam is trying to give you a good hint. Nightbot's in the background, and he has a heart attack and a brain aneurysm if people type in all caps for some reason. Oh, that was hilarious. The worker gonna make the turn. Yes, the worker makes the turn. Good deal. Let me check. I've got a little over 50 in the bank. Maybe we can do something different as far as a plow. Horsepower, we are looking at 210. Okay. Can't do the big limpkin. Well, I could experiment. Not sure how y'all would feel about an experimentation this morning. Let's see. Oh, no, that wouldn't work. I can't do that. I don't understand that either. This little 4-meter plow, subsoiler, whichever one you want to call it, being 200 horsepower is way too much. Because technically, wrong button, you can go into cultivators and go down here to, where's it at? Ah, there it is. A Limkin Gigant 800. Buy that frame. I don't have the money for it, so I wouldn't be able to experiment with it anyway. The frame takes 50 horsepower to pull. You can put 2 attachments on it. Notice it's 8-meter width. You can do 6 or you can do 8 meters with it, because that frame not only attaches to a lot of these cultivator ends, it also attaches to those Limkin little subsoilers. So you could put 2 of those behind that, but you're going to have about 400 horses to pull it effectively, evidently. 450, I think, yeah. So that won't work. Let's see. I could do that. That's a little bit wider than what we got now. But on Sandy Bay, I don't know if a Jimpa will work on the map. I don't know. I may just buy the Amazon. It's a 3-meter plow. Plus it's flippable. I like this little Sanford. It helps me do my tire marks. Yeah, I'm going to do that. I think I've done all the tire marks through the fields that I'm going to do by it. Yeah, we'll take this plow. It takes forever to get these fields done with a small plow. I'll go ahead and ease it down to the store. Yeah, you can send the invite or the friend request. You can go ahead and send it, twin. It'll be on my list of things to do when I end the stream. I'll accept it. I don't know why I came this way to go to the store. I could have went out the other direction. Duh. Oh well. Let's see. Got to drive on this side of the road. Begging doesn't become you, bro. I told you I'd talk to you later about it. I can't make any changes or anything right now because, well, I'm doing what I'm doing. No, nobody's joined yet. It is on the multiplayer server though. Supposed to be. Yeah, see? Right there. Multiplayer overview. It's there. Just nobody's here. Always play on a multiplayer server. That way I don't have to monkey around worrying about golden nuggets or anything of that nature. Now this multiplayer is password protected. You can get the password off of the Facebook page. It's about the only way some of us have figured out how to keep some of the trolls away. They like being trolls, but they don't like having to go through an extra step to get into your server. And the link for the Facebook page is in the description, so it ain't like it's real hard to find the password. Let's see if I remember how to get in the back way. I keep wanting to drive on the wrong side of the road. Never traveled this little road here that often. We got a little boat sitting out there. Isn't that nice? It's like a fishing trolley. Favorite map? Well, I pretty much like all the maps. I know that's a vanilla answer. I find that don't blow your horn at me. I was checking my map. I want to get out here and get lost. I'm not sure about all these roads. I find that I played Drumard. I've played it the most since it's come out. I like it. It's real compact. It reminds me of the area I live in over here in the States, with its couple of little 2-lane roads and the rolling hills. I know it's an Irish map, but the only difference between that map and the area I live in is the side of the road you drive on. I believe this is the turn in we need. Stop honking. Yeah, this will take us up by 19. I want to look and see exactly where 19 is. Because we own 19 also. No, Brendan, dude, I don't live in Ireland, man. I live in the States. But just the way the map is set up itself, it does remind me of the little country town I live in here in the States. You know, maps like Sandy Bay, you can definitely tell this is, you know, it's nothing similar to what I would see in my area with the very narrow lanes and all. But where Drumard looks, you know, just like a small town USA, it's just little 2-lane roads and little dirt tracks going off into fields, rolling hills, and the scenery surrounding the map, instead of it being like, well, let me back up so that we can see. Instead of it being those mountainscapes way off in the background, it having the border being mainly trees all the way around the map. I mean, it just reminds me a lot of things around home here. I did not see an entranceway right there on that side of the field. So I guess it's on this side for 19. Yep, right there. I need to flip this, and that's the reason why. Oh, there we go. It folds. Nice. Okay, good deal. No wonder everybody was honking. My plow was out in the way. So, this is 19. Now I will investigate a way to get here from the other field, which we're working on, which is right up here in front of us. Hey, Mr. Farmer. Good to see you in here today. No new mods on the hub today. I am playing with a Limpkin mod for a cedar that I had never used before. And for the life of me, I cannot determine why I've never used it before, because now that I've bought it, I think it's better than sliced bread. It is the most awesome 6 meters cedar I've ever seen in my life. I'm going to call it my do-all cedar, because it indeed does it all. Alright, Brandon, man. Appreciate you stopping by. Hope you have a good day today. Or, depending on where you're watching from, I guess I hope you had a good day today. Yeah, little parts like this right here is where I drive people insane, because I refuse to fly down the little dirt tracks at 40-something kilometers an hour. I try to immerse myself into the game, and I like my ribs on the inside of my body. Not feeling like they're trying to escape my skin by jarring around down an old country back road. Alright. It's time for that bad habit to go again. I guess this is the flip button. Yep, that's flip it. Hey, bro. You came back. I reckon you're the only one in here. Yeah, that's how it goes. They come in, they stop by, they say hi, chit chat for a couple of minutes, you know, and then other things to do. Busy, busy, busy. There's always 2 or 3 people stopping by anyway. Well, that'll help me get the plowing done just a little bit faster than that other one. Probably work a whole lot better if I could drive a straight line. Which I could probably do if I'd keep the camera in one spot. Let's see if a worker is going to be able to turn down here with this new plow. Quite honestly, I would rather a worker do the plowing. Alright. He went a whole lot further with this plow than he ever dreamed of doing with the other one. Well, look at you. Who we got driving? Well, I appreciate the heck out of you there, Missy. You're doing better than Joe Bob did last time. I'm gonna leave you to it. Take off. You do that deal. I'm gonna go up here and cart this wagon back. As the first day of Sandy Bay comes to a close, sky's already starting to get dark back to the west. Well, I say it is. Looks like just that cloud. But the sun is setting over there in the west. Well, I said it was getting dark in the west. Duh, it gets dark in the east. Well, unless I'm on alternate Earth, maybe it spins backwards. Who knows? But now I've got all the fields that we started off owning. All of everything is harvested. 2 of the fields have been plowed. Well, this will be the second field that's been plowed. Got 2 of them seeded so far. Alright, bud. And I might be on here most all day. Who knows? See, I just figured you were at home. Alright, VA. We'll talk to you later, bro. I plowed me some ruts through the sheep pen because I'm going to be cutting through here a lot. So I wanted it to look like the ground was worn. And since either no modder has submitted a roller or something to change ground textures so that we can add our own little type dirt paths and whatnot in the game, or Giants have not okayed a mod that'll let us change ground textures to anything other than delete, I have to make do with a plow and a cultivator. I'll run a cultivator across it in a little bit, and that way it'll look as if it won't look plowed. In other words, it'll just look like dirt showing through the grass back there. Leave that sitting there and go ahead and grab the cultivator. The cultivator here is also a mod. Came out a week or two ago. It's not that old. It's a roller mod. It is listed in cultivators though, I believe. Yep, right here. The Lizard RC Max 2. It can be a weeder or it can be a cultivator. You have two options. Wasn't buying it. So I bought it as a cultivator because it's low horsepower. It's low horsepower, yet if I can find it here. Yep. Low horsepower at 80 horsepower to pull it, yet it does 6 meters, which is, you know, sort of standard for decent size starting off stuff. On fields, at least the size that we got here on Sandy Bay, the little 3 meters, 3 meter stuff takes a while. Now, I had issues using this cultivator on my edit that I did over there on the other side, where I added tire tracks through the cow pasture for my shortcut. It seemed to want to slide sideways, and it may have just been the terrain since it wasn't a field, because we're going to use it here on these tracks too. We'll see if we have the same issue. Yeah, same issue. It's wanting to slide sideways. I haven't used it in a field yet, so it may work properly in a field. Because through this little pasture area is not the levelest of places. Just a spot right here. That's all I needed out of the cultivator. Whoa. Don't leave the gate open, JR. You'll let the sheep out. I did take out a pretty hefty loan in order to get things going like I wanted it to. Not quite out of the gate yet. The road sign there is making a blind spot for that cut across. I like this map. The only, and it's just my understanding of things, but why does this gate open in instead of opening out? Is there, maybe it's just me, I don't understand modding or whatever, but that opens in, and as you come in, you've got to turn right or left. Now, if these gates don't have collisions, and they do, because as you can see, I'm not walking through it. If they didn't have collisions, and you were pulling a trailer, you make your turn. If the trailer swings into it, it's no big deal. But they have collisions, so yeah, I got slight issues on some of these gates. This one here should open this way, because you have this entrance way. It should open and be right here instead of over there on the other side. But in the grand scheme of things, that is a minor nitpicky type thing. It's just the way I would do it. Which, if I could delete those gates and redo them, I would, but you can't. I use this same combine or harvester, whichever one you want to call it, on my old stream map. And on the old stream map, it's cumbersome, but it seems to work great on this map. My suggestions to any new players, no matter what map you work, download this off the mod hub and make this combine your starting combine on any map. It's giving you decent harvest rate than any of the other combines that you'll start with. It's got decent tank capacity than any of the other combines that you can start with. Plus, it will infuse your starting account with a pretty good sum of money. Because all the other in-game harvesters are in the hundreds of thousands of dollars. There ain't nothing, or pounds, euros, whatever you play in. Whereas you can buy this harvester, I think it's a little over 20,000. Well, maybe more than that. 55 grand. You can buy that harvester for 55. And as you see, you know, it's got a 8600 tank capacity, where most maps start you off with this case with a 63, or this New Holland with a 6400. Both of these are 3 meters. The other one is 6. So, yeah. Do a little better doing it that way. Guys, I promised at least a couple hours. Nobody's nobody's joining the multiplayer, so that's fine. I'm gonna continue on off screen for a while and just go ahead and bring the stream to a close. Appreciate everybody stopping by, and we'll catch y'all next time.